Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for a Tuesday afternoon video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to share this video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell so on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's pretty much it. So like the video, subscribe, hit that like button and subscribe to my channels, follow me on social media. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that goddamn bell. And that too. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. So it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful, warm Tuesday afternoon, April the 20th, 2021. Yep, it's 420. So if you got some weed, go smoke it, because it's 420. It's RVD and Matt Riddle's favorite holiday, 420. So, I mean, weed is legal here in the weed is legal here in Jersey and in New York City. So, not that I'm gonna smoke it, but I don't smoke weed. I'm straight edge. So, it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this Tuesday afternoon, I'm tired as fuck. I feel like complete and utter shit. But it's to be expected with my the way it's been going last month or so with me, with work and everything. I'm off, thankfully, off the next couple of days. So it is what it is. So right now, it's time for your late Monday night Raw review for April the 19th, 2021 from the Thunderdome in Tampa, Florida, at the Youngling Center in the University of Southern Florida. And that's pretty much what I'm going to say about it. So I apologize if the video is still lagging. I tried everything to fix this fucking shit, but it's what it is. Well, don't watch the video. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. So Monday Night Raw last night. As for now, just under 4 weeks away from our next pay-per-view, WrestleMania Backlash. And, you know, some things are formulating, not much storyline progression into some matches, but that's basically all I got to say about that. So nothing new with. Let me just move this over here. Nothing new on the Monday Night Raw front, and it was just basic bull crap every fucking week. And to be honest with you, I fell asleep at 9 o'clock. I mean, I was gone. I watched like the first hour and I was like, I'm gone. I'm done with this fucking show. I went to sleep at 9 o'clock. I didn't get up till 5:30 this morning. Feeling like shit. Not because of Raw, but just because my, the way, my condition is and everything. Woke up like shit. And then I proceeded to rewatch Raw. And I was like, I'm going back to sleep. I watched all the rest of it, and I was like, why did I get up? Why did I get up? So it is what it is. Just WWE is just garbage right now, and I mean the way Raw ended last night, it was just dumb. It was only maybe one good match. And that was Matt Riddle and Randy Orton in his voice, and that was it. Other than that, I really could give two craps about Monday Night Raw last night. And that's basically all I got to say about that. We got NXT tonight, which I think will be even pretty damn good. I mean, even Dark Elevation last night was better than Raw. That's it, man. Dark is doing better than fucking Raw, which is sad, but it is what it is. I got my good buddy Chase in the house. He says, "What's up?" And nice haircut. Thank you. I got this cut, I think, last week. So it doesn't look good because I came out of the shower like about an hour ago. I didn't have time to comb it and everything, but still it is what it is. I still look better than half the people on this fucking website. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, let's get into this review because I want to finish it up and then maybe take an extra nap and then get ready for NXT later tonight. And that's that. All right, so we begin Monday Night Raw with the comes out and we get of last week one between himself, Randy Orton, and his mother's voice, and Braun Strowman to see who will face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania Backlash. So he won, and he's the new #1 contender again. So we're gonna get that match in a couple of weeks. And then we saw afterwards he got attacked and he looking on. So we all thought that Mason T-Bar were part of the Hurt. So Drew wants answers. He's got questions, and hopefully MVP has answers. And that's pretty much it. So after that, McIntyre recaps what happened last week. Blah blah blah. He gets to Mason T-Bar. Doesn't think they are the masterminds of what happened last week. That would be MVP. So McIntyre's wondering if Mason T-Bar are going to start wearing those nice suits, with the mask. That would be kind of cool, but kind of dumb. So, blah, blah, blah. So on cue, MVP comes out with his stick. He's a player. He's like, I know what you're going to say, blah, blah, blah. I think I have something to do with it. And he says he has nothing to do with it. And then Drew starts mocking him, suggesting he didn't know anything about it. It's like, oh, Drew, you don't know anything about it. Drew, you do. So MVP says Lashley is back to be a worthy challenger at WrestleMania Backlash, and says that he's going to beat him again, and make him pass out again. So as far as Mason T-Bar go, he says Lashley recently decided to downsize the Hurt Business, so why would he need those two after he already beat McIntyre at WrestleMania? He says Mason T-Bar have affiliation with the Hurt Business. Who's like, I don't buy this crap. And then he starts to go up the ramp with MVP, and then Mason T-Bar him again, and they bring him in the ring. They hit the double sit-out choke slam like last week, and then they go up the ramp, and they walk past MVP, who just stands there looking. And that's basically sorry, I got allergies on the buzzer. So that's basically it. So we'll see what happens with that as we get to the match later on in the night. But I give the first segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, they go to the back. We see that new guy, Kevin Murphy, or Kevin, whatever the fuck his name is. He talks to Mason T-Bar. And Mason T-Bar talking about snakes, saving tigers. And I didn't get what the hell they were talking about. And basically, he said snakes are extinct. Just when they're done with him. So I was like, okay, yeah. I don't think that after beatdown promo needed to be done. And that's all I gotta say about that. So I give that 1.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll see, like I said, we'll see what happens in that 2-on-1 handicap match coming up a little bit later on. And that's it. All right. So after that, we go to break. We come back. We see Drew McIntyre walking down the hall, and he is pissed. So it comes up to everybody's favorite goon, Adam Pearce, basically telling him he wants a match with Mason T-Bar. And well, I think you need a partner. You know, you need a tag team partner. You can't fight this fight alone. But so he was like, no, I don't need a partner. I'm gonna fight them. What? That's a handicap match coming up a little bit later. T-Bar, Mace, and Drew McIntyre come. So I gave that 2 out of 5. I gave that 2 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right, then we get to match number 1, a rematch from last week. I don't know why we got this match again. We got the returning Viking Raiders, or War Machine, Eric and Ivar, taking on Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. And basically, it was the same carbon copy match that we saw last week. You know, it's also with Benjamin driving Eric in the corner, and then starts wrestling Matt. Alexander comes in. They start working on Eric for a little. Eric was out of it. They get to the corner, drops him with a clothesline, and then a big right hand to the face of Alexander, dropping him. And then Ivar sort of just body and missed it. Then he gets taken into the corner, and he gets out of that, and they're trying to work over Ivar, but Ivar gets the tag to Eric. Is now with a snap tornado DDT from Alexander, and then everybody's fighting everybody. Everything's breaking down to Shelton Benjamin, and then Cedric's in there all alone, and just like last week, he gets thrown into Ivar. Ivar throws him into Eric. Eric picks him up, throws him into Ivar. They hit the Viking Experience. Excuse me. They hit the Viking Experience, and they pinch Cedric out. Once again, I could care less. I gave the match 2.5 stars, and just the same old regurgitated shit that we see in this tag team division. Same teams fighting 3, 4, 5 in a row. It's just been sad, and that's that. And I like how Adnan Virk called it the Viking Express. They really need to get Adnan Virk off that fucking show. Seriously, WWE, you need to call me Joe Cronin up, because this is getting pathetic. Commentary is getting fucking pathetic. We have Michael Cole's been there for 30 some odd years, botching a fucking finish. Besides botching everything else, he's a botch machine on commentary. Byron Saxon's boring as hell. Corey Graves is mediocre at best. And then you got Pat McAfee there, who's kind of okay, even though he said himself he sucked last week. I mean, your team is garbage for Raw and SmackDown. I'm not talking about NXT. Because you have Vic Joseph, Wade Barrett, and Beth fucking Phoenix, even though Beth fucking Phoenix needs to go. So that's basically all I got to say about that. Yep, just get Adnan Virk out of here. I'd rather have Tom Phillips back. I mean, really, WWE is just garbage on commentary. The shows are just boring with the commentary. It needs to go. It needs to go now. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we move on. All right. We go to we have Kevin and his guest Randy Orton and his monotonous voice, and he asks him, "Is the Fiend gone for good?" Randy says the Fiend is done. He'll never be seen again. And if he comes back, he'll put him back down the ground or whatever. Basically, he said he'll never come back under his watch. Blah blah blah. And then of all people, we see Riddle come on his scooter, bro. Talks about how neither of them have a title any longer, so they can team up and have matches and call themselves RK Bro. Well, I'm thinking, why just can't? Well, I'm thinking, Randy, just fucking hit him with the Gilmore cutter, please. Please hit him. Just please. So anyway, he kind of proposes a match. Orton walks away. And basically, Riddle's just staring. He's like, "What the hell is an apex predator?" I guess in your match a little bit later there, Matthew. But that's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, kind of a corny segment. I give it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. All right, and we go to break. We come back where we see Randy Orton as his voice going to Adam Pearce's office and ask him if he can actually Riddle. Pearce is like, "Well, see what I can do." And he's like, "You better." And that's that. So it looks like we're going to get that match. So that was just that. Just announce the match. And that's that. And then we move on from there. That's it. So I did that 2 out of 5 stars. Blah, 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 blah. All right, they're going to recap last week with the Queen, Charlotte Flair, returning from her COVID thing. Seem to be totally different. We're gonna get a new queen, and she's saying that she's the opportunity, and then we saw her interrupting the women's battle match, Rhea and Asuka. She beat them up last week, let them lay in. That's that. So we come back to the live feed, and Charlotte comes out, still looking like a 10-cent hooker, but it is what it is. She gets in the ring. She's tired of the lack of respect from the women's locker room. She says WrestleMania was taken away from her and it wasn't fair. She says she can beat Asuka and Rhea Ripley on the same. So just get my notes back here. She tells Asuka. She says Asuka's gonna get taken. And wants to go, and see, you take some notes. You can come take some notes, blah blah blah, and see what she can do, blah blah blah. So Asuka comes out. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Sit my dick. So she comes out, and she's about to talk, and then Rhea Ripley comes out. My brutality. With Ash Costello singing her heart. And then Asuka's and Rhea says, "You know what, Charlotte? I'll take you up on that offer. I'll be on commentary tonight. I'll grab some. I'll come down and look at the match. Blah blah blah." I say stuff, and Charlotte keeps interrupting her. And basically, she cuts off like 4 or 5 times, and she's like, "Asuka, remember I defeated you at WrestleMania 32 and ended your streak?" And she goes on, Asuka's trying to talk. Charlotte keeps interrupting her, and then finally Asuka finally stands up for herself and promises that she's like, "Charlotte, I'm going to beat you tonight, bitch." Ooh. I was like, where did she learn that one? So I was like, damn, you don't want to piss Asuka off, and we're gonna see that match coming up a little bit later in the night. So yeah, Asuka, showing that fire. Somebody gave her that B word. I think it was Paul Heyman. So it wasn't me, but it wasn't me. But I love this style. No, I love this style of from Asuka. Now, just like I'm kind of seeing a new version of Asuka in my eyes. She's more determined. She's more, she's like, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. So that's what I like to see, from Asuka. I love to see it. I really was hoping she would go back to being Kana and just kicking everybody's ass. But that's that. All right, got my good buddy Nick Infante in the chat. What's up, Nick? How are you this afternoon? And that rhymed. Now that's that. So I'm just waiting on the. I'm rewatching Raw again. So if you see me looking at my TV, I'm rewatching Raw for the third time, even though I don't want to. So I'm just bored. So I'm waiting for the jury to of the Derek Chauvin trial. They're about the jury has made a verdict. We're just waiting for it to come out. And I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen tonight in Minnesota or around this freaking country. But I can expect some protests tonight, good or bad. Hopefully this guy, this guy gets convicted and goes to fucking jail. But it's gonna be, they'll convict him and then they'll appeal. We'll go through this again. But there's something telling me in the back of my mind. Even Nick just said it. He might get acquitted, and then the whole hell's gonna break loose tonight. Gonna feel like the Rodney King trial. There'll be looting and fighting, and Black Lives Matter is just gonna go up the wazoo. Antifa's gonna go completely berserk. People are gonna be dying, like freaking white people are gonna get killed tonight or something like that. It's gonna be insane going out anywhere for the next couple months, couple weeks. It's almost gonna be like what happened last year when George Floyd got killed, and we remember all those protests and riots in New York City and Portland and Seattle and Philadelphia and Minnesota and everything. Fucking insane. And me, having to go to work and with that shit and the pandemic going on, freaking scared the shit out of me. But it is what it is. And that's basically it. So we're probably going to be hearing pretty soon with the verdict to the Derek Chauvin case is going to be, and like I said, it'll probably get an appeal. If he gets acquitted, there might be an appeal from the prosecution. I expect that, and then we'll do this thing over and over and over again. But people are not going to give two flying fucks. And that's that. Yeah, I gotta cut this fucking beard. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Feeling acquittal. Probably what happened. We'll see. A lot of dead BOM and Antifa commie people on the street, basically. I think they're already in Union Square right now. Well, definitely know they're in Minnesota, about to fucking go off. I mean, everywhere you go now, there's a lot of police, especially in Washington D.C., New York, Philadelphia, Minnesota. The National Guard out. I think in Los Angeles and basically everywhere. Yeah. I pick my nose. What do you want from me? It is what it is. And that's basically all I really got to say about that. So we'll see. Nick's ready to protect and blast some Antifa and BLM scum. I'm just gonna sit my Italian ass at home, and when I have to go to work, I have to go to work and just protect my. I'm like, well, I'll protect myself if I have to. That's all I gotta say about that. The funny thing is, the leader of BLM was exposed as a phony. Okay. All the money BLM donated went to her buying a fancy house. Yeah. That's what happens when you get a lot of money. It is what it is. And not donating to black communities like they said they would do. Yeah. They're all money-grubbing whores. That's what they are. They're all money-grubbing whores. And that's it. And that bitch, Maxine Waters, she really needs to. She basically pulled a Donald Trump. If you noticed, if you were watching, I think it was yesterday or maybe a couple of days ago, basically saying, let your voices be heard. Basically inciting a riot. What Trump did back on January the 6th when people went nuts at the Capitol building and so many people got killed. So basically, whatever happens, I guess whatever happens tonight, or when this verdict comes out, there's going to be riots and protests and people getting hurt and killed because of this dumb bitch. And that's all I got to say about that. So yeah. But what it is. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I could care less, but like I said, but it's sad that George Floyd died because of this stupid idiot cop who really should get put in jail and get either life in prison or get the chair. But that's it. That's it. Yeah. And we move on. Maxine Waters will be out on her old ugly ass along with her drunk schizophrenic friend Pelosi. Damn. Damn, that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. That was mean. That was mean there, Nikki. And that's it. All right. So anyway, let's go back to Monday Night Raw. So last week, and then Asuka comes out, because Asuka's gonna fight Charlotte, and then Rhea Ripley basically takes up on her offer to be at ringside for the match, and then Asuka's trying to talk Charlotte's, I beat you in 32. I beat your streak. And then Asuka just had enough. He's like, I promised to beat you. So don't mess with Asuka. Nobody messes with Asuka except my dick. That's all I gotta say. Say about that. And we move on. Fuck Pelosi and Maxine Waters. They are decrepit old, what suckers. Basically. I hate jokes anyway. That's all I say about that. I gave that a 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on from there. All right. Then we, whoops, I passed my notes. All right, then we see Riddle going past Randy Orton on his way to the ring. So then we get to the match, Randy Orton and Riddle. Riddle still doing that stupid shit where he jumps in the ring, takes his flip-flops off, and then these multicolored pigeons come out. Is that supposed to be flattering for people? Oh, kids, look! We have multicolored pigeons. Ooh, this is exciting. Like, what is this? I mean, it looks like freaking WWE is turning into Nickelodeon. You know, with the slime. You know, when Shane McMahon dumped slime on Braun Strowman, and now the freaking edited doves. You know, and then when you come out, they have the animated what you call Super Mario Brothers shit. Like, what is this? This is lame. That's all I gotta say about that. So anyway, we get to this match. Match was actually pretty decent. Pretty decent. That's the only good about this fucking show. So it's also with Orton with a headlock takeover, but Riddle flips over into a choke on Orton's back. And then Orton gets out of it, slaps Riddle in the head. And then Orton finally drops back to break the hold. Slaps on the headlock again. They go on the apron. Orton sweeps the leg. Sweep the leg. Orton's. We come back. Orton's doing the stomps of doom. Then he hits that patented vintage Randy Orton power slam on near fall. Then bell to back suplex. So he's in control. Orton then, he's starting to favor good as Riddle starts beating him up. Then Randy comes back with a good old-fashioned Rowdy Piper poke in the eye. Riddle comes back with some chops out in the corner. Orton whips him to the other corner and takes him down. Then another Riddle time. Riddle gets up, avoids a charge, and sends Orton into the ring post. Shoulder first with the other shoulder, so that's gonna hurt. So it's all fired up. Kicks Orton down, hits the Broton for a near fall. He goes up top. Orton catches him and hits a superplex. Like that. Get back up. Riddle gets sent to the apron, but catches Orton in a triangle choke, which doesn't last long, as Riddle's hanging upside down, which allowed Orton to hit the demon draping DDT. And then he's about to load up for the Gilmore Cutter. He's about to hit it. Riddle reverse it. Christmas pin 1, 2, 3. Matt picks up the win over Randy Orton in pretty shocking fashion. So, a shocking victory for Mr. Riddle over Mr. Orton. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So, sucks. I wanted Randy to put him through the freaking ring with the Gilmore Cutter, but things happen. Can always get what you want. As Rolling Stone says, you can't always get what you want, but it is what it is. That's all. But match itself was pretty nice. So I gave it 2.5 hours, and that's that. So Riddle gets a little bit of momentum going for himself, and we'll see how that's done. And we move on from there. All right. After that, we see Adam Pearce probably talking to Vince, or probably talking to Hunter. I don't know who he's talking to. And then he hear a knock on the door, and here comes fella, the new United States. So Pearce congratulates him on the win, and Sheamus like, "Oh, this looks pretty good, fella." And Pearce, people that have won the United States title, all the history that it shows, and people like he mentions John Cena, in his U.S. Open Challenge, and he tells Sheamus, he tells Sheamus like, it'd be nice to do that. And then Sheamus like, I'm not John Cena, right? He was like, no. But then Sheamus like, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to make an open challenge, but not for the belt. So, okay then. So, why would you have an open challenge if, it's not for the belt? Thanks. Makes sense to me, but it is what it is. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. So we'll see who Sheamus in his open challenge comes later, and that's that. Excuse me. All right, then we get to our next match, women's tag team match, and we got the women's tag team champs, Nia, my whole Jax, and Baszler taking on Nana and Naomi. This match was boring. Boring as a just boring as fuck. And non-title match, obviously, because you know how belts never get defended. And still, same freaking women freaking fighting over the damn belt. So it's fucking sad. It's garbage. Starts with Naomi staggering Nia, brings Lana in for head scissors into a really bad Russian leg sweep. Nia now with a chop block, kicks her in the head for a good measure. And then Shayna Baszler pulls Lana to the mat very easily, and she stomps on her arm. She broke her damn arm, but it is what it is. So the match continues, and they hear the music of Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. They come out with the same damn gear. I mean, 3 weeks in a row. I mean, not even, they're wearing the same damn gear that they've been wearing since WrestleMania. I mean, can they get some better gear? Just saying. Anyway, so they come out, and we see a clip of Nia and Shayna laughing at Mandy slipping at WrestleMania. They took that. I heard they took that off Peacock. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So they show that, and the match just stops. So we have to look at this crap. Then we go, and Dana attacking Nia Jax in the back, don't go into like the equipment. And then we get to the match where we see Nia slipping on the apron, and then Mandy and Dana went up the ramp. So that was that. And then we come back, which is still going on. I don't know why you just couldn't just end the match already. We're going Lana. Nia's pissed, gets off the apron, starts storming to the back, leaving Shayna by herself, and then Naomi and Lana hit the double X Factor on Shayna. So 1, 2, 3. It is what it is. Match I gave a freaking dud. D-U-D. Dud. And that's all I gotta say about that. 0. Because it was boring. I mean, what's the point? Just make Nia laugh stop and then have Shayna Baszler get beat every week, making Shayna Baszler a fucking jobber. Pathetic, man. For somebody like Shayna Baszler, a former 2-time NXT Women's Champion, and now a 2-time Women's Tag Team Champion, and a tag team she really should not be in. Just treating her. It is just fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible, and that's basically it. Yeah, let me move on. All right, guilt was the verdict, but an appeal can change it. So he's guilty. I don't have it on my other TV. Rose is sleeping, so I guess Derek Chauvin was found guilty of all charges. But like like you said, Nick, the appeal, they're gonna appeal it. He's probably gonna get off anyway. But it looks so it looks like as of now that Derek Chauvin has been convicted of killing George Floyd, and we'll see what happens in the next coming days and coming weeks with the appeal process. I expect the appeal to probably they're going to appeal probably pretty quickly, and they'll probably start it maybe in the next couple of weeks or maybe another month or two. But there's some happiness maybe in Minnesota right now, but it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'll watch CNN later. But like I said, I don't know if this is actually true. I hope this what from what Nick's saying. I don't know if this is actually true. I'll look it up later. Guilty was the verdict. So that's it. So we shall see there, and we will move on from there. So like I said, with Nia and losing to Naomi and Lana, I gave that a dud. Just with this division, just sucks. Man, that's that. All right, after that, we get a look at semi-really Bad Bunny's WrestleMania performance, which, still is what it is. His tour sold out now. So want to go see him? Well, you can't. This is sold out for his 2022 World Tour. You know why I have to say that is whoop-de-dippity-damn do. Anyway, then after that, we get like a bonus interview from after WrestleMania with Bad Bunnies with Damian in Spanish. We get the titles, thankfully, on how awesome it was. It meant a lot, and he was very, very impressed with Damian. And then Damian's like, well, I was impressed with you too. And we hear how much respect Bunny received from basically everyone in the back. And that's pretty much it. And then we find out Bad Bunny's tour. Whoop-de-dippity-damn-do. That's it. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we go back to the Thunderdome, where we have Miz and Mrs. TV, as wife Maryse, come out. Miz is basically having a hard-on, because, Maryse is there. I mean, wouldn't you have a hard-on if Maryse was right next to you? I mean, come on. It is what it is. Miz is a lucky man to pop out 2 kids with her. Anyway, Miz talks about WrestleMania and what happened last week before taking credit for being sold out. About how much they love each other, the celebration. I don't know for what. And then Pyro goes off, and Maryse's like, "Oh my god," So they kiss, and then the Pyro goes off, and she's like, "Oh shit." And then we get a good old-fashioned champagne toast. So Miz hypes up his WWE 24 special coming up on Sunday, which you should all watch. If you didn't biography on me, and then the treasures of WWE after that, which I thought was awesome. That was some good shit. That's that. So, this Sunday, watch the WWE 24 special of The Miz. That's all I got to say about that. So after he promotes that, Damian Priest comes out, and then we see what happened last week in their chicanery as Maryse helped out a little bit, and then Miz gets stripped to underwear. And then we saw that, and so how we helped them win. Priest says a man shouldn't be happy with it, so the challenge is on. So he gives him a challenge again for another match, for a rematch. Maryse accepts on the Miz's behalf. Miz kind of pissed, and so Damian's like, "That's what I wanted." So he's about to have some champagne, and he's like, "Ugh, this tastes like shit." And then Miz throws champagne in his face. So we're gonna see that match coming up a little bit, but still, match itself was kind of corny. I mean, not the match. I mean, the segment was kind of corny. I gave it 0.25 out of how Damian said that. He says something about Paul. I forgot what he said. But basically, this Jake Paul. Jake Paul's a piece of shit. Like no. And that's all I gotta say about that. So fuck Jake Paul, fuck Logan Paul as well. That's it. All right. So after that, we go to the back where we have the New Day. The New Day. Back, and then once again, Matt Riddle comes up to them, basically saying, "You guys need to change your gear." Because basically they look like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, the deadliest of enemies. Don't forget to go see Mortal Kombat this week. Just saying. So it's a solution, and he says it's silver dollar pancakes. So Riddle leaves, and Kofi asks if Xavier will do anything that Riddle just and I think Xavier's like, nope. I don't even understand anything that Riddle says anymore because he's so freaking high. He's higher than RVD at times, but as we all know, nobody gets higher than RVD. Oh, absolutely, it's true, and that's that. So we move on from there. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars, and yeah, just get Riddle out, please. Riddle needs to be released. I'm sorry. He's a good player, and I saw him, in Evolve and Tier 1 and various other promotions here in the Northeast, but I mean, they just give him a really corny gimmick. Like he's so high, look at my scooter, look at me. Fucking bullshit, man. It's just sad, fucking sad. This company's fucking sad. They just treat their wrestlers like utter fucking shit. That's it. Anyway, after that, we go around. We have Elias and Jackson Ryker about to perform again, but once again, they get interrupted by the New Day, and we see Xavier Woods. He's no Cliff Burton, but he's learning to play the bass guitar. Or no Steve Harris or anything from Iron Maiden or anything. Play that bass guitar. They used to have it, but I don't have it no more. But so yeah, we get to another boring match between these two teams. Another match. Kofi Kingston taking on Elias. This match sucked. Big fat hairy. Kofi starts with a 1922 roll up for a near fall. Then he gets knocked down, and then Elias tries to go to work, but Woods is still playing that bass guitar, playing Steve Austin. And then Kofi hits a Luthez press, which kind of looked messed up, but anyway. And then he starts, growling, pounding, how Austin did. And Elias comes back with a delayed vertical suplex to get him out of trouble, and then he stomps Kofi in the corner. But Kofi comes back, then gets knocked off the top. And then Elias goes for a close, like it's counted into a really sloppy. And then Elias goes to the top. He gets caught. Kofi goes for a super Conrada. Elias blocked it. And then he comes off the top rope with the Macho Man elbow. Oh, yeah. No, actually, it wasn't Macho Man elbow. Comes off with that flying elbow. 1, 2, 3. Elias gets the win over Kofi. And a pretty short match, like almost a 5-minute match. But it is what. So finally, Elias and Jackson Ryker get the measure of revenge on the New Day. But still, we'll probably get another tag team match coming up. And nobody will give 2 craps. So, like I did to this match. 2 craps, so I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. This was garbage. Just saying. That's that. All right, then we go to your creeps segment of the night. We get this playground with our good Alexa Bliss. Explain that her new friend Lily has been around for a very long time, and then we see her of her and Lily. Even though it's not Alexa Bliss as a kid, some random 14-year-old kid. I don't know what it was, but anyway, you see some photos of Lily around Alexa as a baby. And Alexa talks about shoving a kid at the playground so she could eat her ice cream. I don't know what kind of ice cream it was. Probably wasn't strawberry. But, it is what it is. And then when she was asked why she shoved the kid, she said Lily made her do it. And we will let you know if she does think Alexa wants to. And then they show, they get a close up of Lily, with the marshmallow face and just whatever they made it, and to get right in her face, goes, pow! That's it. So they're kind of going with this Alexa Bliss Lily thing. I still think Lily is going to be an actual real person, and like I said, Nikki Cross. Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, Nikki Cross is going to be Lily. She's gonna come out. She's gonna come out with like new gear, and probably in a mask like the Fiend, and they're gonna have this whole thing where Alexa and Lily gonna be. And I don't know what's gonna happen with Bray Wyatt, and now as we saw with the Firefly Funhouse last week, Bray Wyatt's now a preacher with somebody. He's reborn. He has to come out with a collection plate. It'll be it'll just be the white version of Reverend Devon. I mean, this whole thing is weird with Bray Wyatt and with Alexa and Lee. I mean, what is this payoff for this? Just creepy shit. That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, that's your creepy of the night, and that's all I gotta say about that. So we move on. It's just funny, and that's all I gotta say about it. Let me move on. Oh, I have. All right, well, not bad. Yeah, exactly, Nick. That's what I'm thinking as well. It's going to be Nikki Cross. Lily is going to be Nikki Cross. Unless it's going to be somebody else, but I think it's going to be Nikki Cross because basically Nikki Cross is not doing anything. And I think she put a picture of on her, I think it was on Twitter or Instagram with new gear. So that's going to be her new gear when she turns into Lily, or just her new gear just to sit in catering with. But it is what it is, and that's basically all I got about that. We'll move on. So we'll see what happens. All right, then we get a recap of the women's tag team match from earlier with Michael Jax and Shayna Baszler against Naomi and Lana. What happened with Mandy and Dana? Blah blah blah. We go to the back with Mandy and Dana, with Sarah Schreiber. Both of them say they're not bullies, well, not the bullies. Mandy continues talking about her slipping at WrestleMania, but it was Nia, who kept. Hold on one second. Then we see Nia and Shayna come in. They chase him off, and then Shayna and Nia start going at it. And Shayna's like, "You cost me the match again! What the hell's wrong with you?" So Shayna basically tells her to get better or else, and then Nia's like, she gets up in her face like, or else what? Kind of teasing they gotta break up, which how many times have we seen that before? And then of all people, Angel Garza comes in and basically says that I got your back. So I don't know what this is going on. What this is supposed to lead to with with Angel Garza and Nia Jax. I guess he's a replacement for Reggie because Reggie's hurt or got COVID. I don't know what's going on with Reggie. But I guess now that Angel Garza is going to be Jax's like boy toy, which I feel is kind of really weird. They just think of these things on the fly. And Vince McMahon wasn't arrived late to Raw, so they had to rewrite Raw. I think as the show was going on, they had to rewrite everything, which that's why this show is garbage. I don't know how they did that rating they got last week. The Raw after WrestleMania, I think it was like 2 million people, 2 million views. I don't know how they got that, and then they put this crap on tonight. Not tonight. I mean last night. I could guarantee you that the rating dropped. But it is what it is. Sitting in Titus Catering, eating that mac and cheese and hash browns. I don't know about the mac and cheese and hash browns. Probably be like some jerk chicken, some good old fashioned Titus cookies, maybe some ice cream, some fish, maybe some grits. I don't know. I don't know what Titus cooks, so you have to ask like Dana Brooke and Mandy about that, and Nikki Cross and everybody else that's left in catering. Ask them. Go on Twitter and ask, or go ask Titus yourself. What are you cooking, Titus? What's in catering, Titus? I don't know. Cookies? Ugh. Is what it is, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Sorry about that. My allergies are acting up. I gotta cut this fucking beard. It is what it is. All right, so yeah, I gave that 2 out of 5. So didn't give 2 shits about that. And we move on. I guess it's setting up Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose against Shayna and Nia for probably Backlash, and then I guess we're gonna see Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose win the belts, and nobody's gonna give 2 fucks about the women's tag team belts because they suck. Yeah. Nick says he'll probably slide under something if you ask him. He probably would. It is what it is. All right. Our next match, 2-1-half match, between Mace and Drew McIntyre. So we get that. And this match sucked. So started off as a 2-on-1, and beating Drew down. And then when you hear the music go, Strowman, and he comes out, and guess what happened? We get a Teddy Long tag. So Strowman powers out of a headlock start, runs Mace over with a shoulder tackle, which Drew is impressed by. Braun forms Mace down. T-Bar comes in. He gets beat down as well. And then Mace goes to distraction, lets T-Bar get in a chop block. And then a chin lock. So working on Braun for a little bit, but Strowman backdrops his way out of it. Gets the hot tag to McIntyre. He just comes in like a house of fire, beating up on both of them. And then it's an overhead Mace. Then a jumping neckbreaker. And then McIntyre kips up. And Mace's mask goes flying off. And commentators like, what the hell has happened? His mask came off. And then he takes the mask, and then McIntyre takes the mask, hits him with it in the face for a disqualification. So basically, Vector gets the win. The damn freaking you. Matching it 2 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, Strowman rips off T-Bar's masks. T-Bar knocks him to the outside. And then we hear new music for Mace and T-Bar and Mace, or Dominic Dijakovic, Derek Madden. So they're gonna have new. And I guess the Retribution gimmick is now totally done because they ripped off the mask. Even though now that Slapjack and Reckoning or Mia Yim are now on SmackDown, so I'll probably do that whole storyline where they have Slapjack and Mia Yim team up against some jabronis, and then they get their mask ripped off, and that's it. Whoop-de damn freak you. So we'll see what happens with T-Bar, with Dominic Dijakovic and Derek Madden, and maybe with MVP next week. We'll see what happens with that whole situation. And so I gave the match 2.25 out of 5. And that's basically all I got to say about that. Just corny. Music was corny too. And afterwards, but it's what it is. All right, after that we get the Miz and Damian Priest. Nothing to write home about. Another corny match. Maurice comes out with the Miz, and he goes outside to have a kiss with her, but Priest pulls Miz back in, slams him, and then elbows him down. And then it's a distraction, which allows Miz to hit a big boot, then a running drop kick, which sends Priest to the floor. Priest is then whipped into a bunch of things, like the barricade and the announce table. Come back in, Miz hits the neck breaker for a near fall. Then he hits the kicks, which kind of pisses off Damian Priest. He gets up, blocks a kick with an elbow to the lip. Then he hits a running elbow in the corner. Miz slips out of the broken arrow. But Priest hits a springboard flip dive to take Miz down. And then Maurice tries again for the distraction that happened last week, as Miz grabs a 19-1 rope. But this time he gets a near back, hits the hit. He locks in, hit the lights, hits it 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest gets the win. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. At least Damian Priest gets the win. Still, this feud is garbage. And they really need to take him out of this feud and put him in the United States title picture, or do something better with him, because this is irritating. He's so much, and that's all I gotta say about that. Get him out. That's that. All right. After that, we see Asuka warming up. So Asuka's getting warmed up. I warmed her up before she warmed up, if you know what I mean. That's that. All right, then we get to the United States title, and he takes on, another member of catering, Humberto Carrillo, and basically nothing happens because Carrillo comes out and he attacks at before the bell. As he just starts beating the crap out of Carrillo, whipping him into the barricade, starts hitting him with forearms in the chest. They go back in. He hits the Brogue kick. And then she's like, "You're not in my league, fella!" And that's it. So basically a nothing match. Basically a waste of a minute or two of your time. And that's it. So I really didn't have to rate that. So I gave it a no rating. Oh, NR. Then I could have gave it a 0, but it is what it is. And we continue on with this boring as fuck Raw. All right, then we get to the main event, thankfully. Thankfully, we get to this fucking main event. Asuka and Charlotte, and wasn't bad. Starts off, Rhea Ripley comes out to watch. So we start off with a good old-fashioned headlock from Horseface Charlotte. Then they fall out together, and we go to break for some odd reason. We come back, Charlotte hammering away at Asuka. Then she's like, "Need you." And then hitting a Shining Wizard, which Nunford called a leg kick. Drops Charlotte, but she goes for a code breaker and kind of missed the code breaker a little bit. And then they beating each other up from their knees. And then Charlotte gets up with a spear for a near fall, goes to the apron, gets blocked by Charlotte. Charlotte venges on the knee as long as she can on the outside. They go back in, and Asuka tries the Asuka. When she has it in, sends Charlotte to ropes, she takes bad leg out again. Then she locks in the figure eight, but then Rhea Ripley breaks it up. And somehow no disqualification there. I don't know what the referee was looking at. Asuka kicks Charlotte in the arm, and then she locks in a really looking crucifix. So we kind of saw Charlotte's arm, shoulder was up off the mat a little bit. So kind of a botched finish. So Asuka, still gets the win over Charlotte. Match wasn't great, so I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And that's that. And then afterwards, Charlotte just goes on a complete rage, yells at the referee, starts beating the crap out of him. I mean, just beating him. It's going to cost that money. And she's still beating the ref, and then other refs come out, start yelling at her, and then basically, finally, they got her off the referee. And that's that. But still, the damage is done. And as we found out later on Raw Talk, Charlotte has been suspended indefinitely and was fined $100,000 for her attack on the referee. So we probably won't see her next week on Raw. That'd be good. But I still think it's leading to a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash for the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka taking on Rhea Ripley, and somehow Horseface Charlotte gets in this match. And hopefully she does not win. But we'll see what happens. That's what it's most likely going to happen. I'm going to get a triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. And that's basically all I got to say about that. So, match itself was all right. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Aftermath, I gave 2 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. But this Raw was just, just utter garbage. And that's the way it's been for the WWE. Just pure and utter garbage every single week on Raw. Raw's just garbage every single week. They just get, it's been on the air for like, what, almost 30 years now? But like over the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, it's just gotten really, really, really bad. The ratings have just sunk from like 2008 on, just sunk. Like this company, sunk. I still don't this company feels like TNA back in like the early 2010s. Remember when it was dying, and then Dixie was killing the company, and then they were trying to find investors to buy the company, and then Billy Corgan had to save it from obscurity, and then Anthem Sports had to save TNA, and now TNA's doing better than they were years ago. This is what the WWE is right now. It's TNA circa 2014, 2015. That's what it is. It's garbage. SmackDown hasn't been that great lately. The tag team division in WWE is garbage. Even if you bring back the Viking Raiders, whoop-de-damn freaking do. Same fucking matches every freaking week. Just, they just, we'll have 5 matches. We'll have 5 matches every week, and then we'll have a match or a triple threat match or a 4-way match at a pay-per-view, and then we'll either give the belts back to somebody, and then we get the same carousel going on again. The same freaking shit with the tag team division. It's garbage. This company is garbage, ladies and gentlemen. It is pure garbage. And that's all I gotta say about that. So my final rating for Raw, right down the middle, daddy. Like Bill Alfonso says, 5 out of 10. 5. I was gonna give it a Bret Hart 4, but I felt, it is what it is. 5 out of 10. Oh, by the way, this Sunday on A&E, I'm gonna have the Rowdy Piper biography. That's gonna be fucking tear-jerking. I can't wait for that. I actually have it on my DVR, so I get to watch that. That's gonna be some tear-jerking stuff with Roddy Piper. Gonna have his daughter Teal Piper, some other guys from like the old days, maybe Hogan brother be on it. Talking about his time in WWE, maybe some earlier, maybe the AWA stuff. Then his time in WWF. Then his time in WCW, and then maybe a little bit of TNA, because he was in TNA for a little bit. And then it's come back to the WWF, Hall of Fame shit. And then sadly his untimely passing. So it should be some good stuff on Sunday on A&E. So fire up your DVR on Sunday as well. So you got Roddy Piper biography, you got the Miz 24/7 special. Got a lot of stuff on Sunday. Some good stuff. Some good stuff. Also, TNA's pay-per-view this Sunday, Rebellion, is on Sunday. So if got a lot of stuff you want to watch. So I might watch Rebellion. I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch it or not. Because the only thing I'm going to watch with TNA Rebellion is that title for title match with Rich Swann and Kenny Omega. And that's it. So we can see Kenny win the Impact World title and then bring it over to AEW. And then after that, he's probably going to Japan to face probably Will Ospreay and win the New Japan belt to add to his collection of belts that he already has. And that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens this Sunday at Rebellion. And that's it. All right. So that ends the show. Thank you all for watching. A final comment from Nick. Humberto host makes the tortilla tacos and burritos at Titus Catering. Ooh. Ouch. That's racist. That's racist. That's racist there, Nick. That's pretty racist there. But him and I would assume Humberto and Angel Garza do that, but because Angel Garza's in catering now too, so they probably make the empanadas and the bean, the chicken, not the what you call it, rice and beans and all that other shit. So it is what it is. That's that. Kenny 3 belts? Well, we'll have 3 belts. Because it's just about penciled in that he's going to beat Rich Swann, gain the Impact World title. So we'll have the AEW title, we'll have the AAA Mega Championship, and we'll have the AEW Championship and the Impact Championship. So yeah, he will be Kenny 3 belts. I almost said 4 belts. I was thinking wrong, but yeah. But so by this weekend, by next Monday, Kenny Omega will be a triple champion. And then we'll see what happens with him after that, because he's going to have to defend those belts eventually. Because he's definitely going to be defending the AEW belt at Double or Nothing coming up on May the 29th. And then after that, I think it's Slammiversary, So probably defending the Impact belt there. And then with the Triple A Mega Championship, I have no idea when that's going to be defended because I don't know what's going on in Mexico right now. If they're even fighting in Mexico right now, I don't even know if Triple H is still in promotion right now. You have to ask Conan that one. So, but like I said, he'll probably keep the belts. He'll be the summer of Kenny Omega, and then he'll probably go to Japan. We might see him at the G1. Go after Ospreay. And then if this continues, he might have all the belt, all the belts, and going into next year. He might go to Ring of Honor and beat Ruch for the belt. But then proceed to lose all the belts probably by the end of the year or by next year or sometime. So this year will probably get this will be the year of the Elite. Because the Good Brothers are taking on Thin Juice, I think, on Thursday for the belts, or Rebellion. I think it's either it's Thursday or at Rebellion. And if it's at Rebellion, they're probably going to win the belt, so the Elite have basically all the belts. They'll have both tag belts from Impact. Well, the Impact tag belts and the AEW tag belts, and then Kenny will have the AEW belt and then the Impact World title. So, and then Don Callis will just be there. That's it. So the Super Elite, as they're calling themselves, or whatever they're calling themselves now, will have most of the belts. That's it. It's going to be an interesting, time after, April the 25th. So next week is going to be some interesting stuff with AEW and Impact. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great ride going into May and going into June and the summertime. And that's all I can say about that. So that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching again. Thank you to Nick for coming in. As always, thank you to Chase for coming in for just a little bit. And anybody else who watched, thank you very much. And that's all I got to say about that. So once again, 5 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we got NXT tonight coming up in just under 2 hours. So it should be some good stuff. Probably do my review probably tomorrow. Or I don't know when, but we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Also got the Met game tonight. Mets at Chicago. There's things happening in Chicago right now. It's snowing in Chicago. Yeah, April the 20th, and we're still talking about snow. So they're saying that the game might be postponed tonight because of fucking snow. What else is new with the Mets? They can't play a goddamn game anywhere. So might get a doubleheader tomorrow if it doesn't happen tonight. Well, it might play tonight in the snow. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. So, and that's the Yankees got the Braves. So I'm not going to be a Yankee fan tonight, but I hope they win. But it's the Braves, in the Mets division. So, hopefully the Yankees can beat the crap out of them tonight and tomorrow, and then proceed to go back on the losing streak. That'd be nice. But and then the Mets destroy the Cubbies and come home this weekend and destroy those Nationals, the last place Nationals, just whip their ass. Thankfully, they don't have Strasburg on the team anymore because he's on the list. And that's always nice. So we'll see what happens tonight with with NXT. We got baseball, got basketball, hockey, and I think the Rangers and the Islanders are playing tonight. Oh boy, hope the Rangers whip the Icelanders' ass. But we'll see. So lots of good stuff coming your way later tonight, and that's it. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned, and that's pretty much it. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gomez signing off. I'm gonna watch the rest of this boring as fuck Raw, and then maybe watch some CNN, maybe take a nap, maybe grab something to eat. I don't know. I'm kind of bored. Maybe take a walk in this nice weather. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Ha! And if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. Peace, bitches.